Welcome back to another Pirkei Avot text explication video presentation with me, your host, Rabbi Drew. We are now on the 22nd text in the 5th chapter, and this one is going to be a lot shorter of a discussion than the previous text discussion. This one actually is a very short text. It starts off by saying Ben Bagbag, so son of Bagbag. We don't know his first name, at least not as it's presented here. And he says, Hafoch ba d'cholaba. Uva techazeh v'siva ulei uva umina la lo tazua she'in lecha midah tova himena. Interesting. If we think about the language, I don't know if you know anything about Hebrew. Aside from the final 5 words, everything else was in Aramaic. And it's striking because the majority of Pirkei Avot, almost everything has been in Hebrew. Now, there were a couple of exceptions that we saw in the first couple of chapters of statements by Hillel, who would sometimes speak in Aramaic, but Hebrew has really dominated throughout Pirkei Avot. So it's a little bit striking to see Aramaic pop its head up here. Now, what does it say? What does this mean in English? He says, turn it over and turn it over, for all is therein. And he continues, and look into it and become gray and old therein, and do not move away from it, for you have no portion better than that. Okay, that's very lovely. What does this mean, turn it over and turn it over again, because everything's in it? It seems to be, even though he's not specifying what we're talking about, it seems to be that we're discussing something that has been a frequent value articulated throughout Pirkei Avot, and that is the study of Torah. That's right. So he's advocating here very heavily that one should not only study the Torah, but even when you think, you've gone through it, there's so much more. There's so much more in the Torah. And studying Torah, there's basically, he says, everything's in it. And by keep turning it over and over and over, you'll find out more, and you'll keep making new and more discoveries as you continue endeavoring in it. And he says, look into it, become gray and old therein, spend a lot of time. It's not just something to do when you're 27 or 54. It's even when you're 88, when you get gray. And don't move away for it, because you don't have any better portion than that. He really is advocating very significantly, very seriously, study Torah, and don't just take it on its surface. Keep going through it. So it's a lot terse. It's a lot shorter. It's of a statement. It's not really a whole lot to really plow through in this text. It's actually, in as much as he's saying continue plowing through Torah study and turning it over and seeing what you can find here, it's actually pretty understandable, and he's saying keep at it. Keep studying Torah. There's a lot to discover and find out. So that's what we have from here, from Ben Bagbag, son of Ben Bagbag. And thank you so much for watching.